Welcome to another exciting edition of the Fowler Show. We go off the air for a few weeks, and a lot has changed in those few weeks as well, because when this show began in 2018 or 2019, Theresa May was the Prime Minister over here. Then we had Boris Johnson as well, and then we had Liz Truss. Now she's resigned. And we have another Prime Minister coming. We've been here since the Theresa May days. So that was interesting to live through. And now we're going to get another leader. Hopefully they last longer than 44 days. Maybe not. Maybe they might last 30 days. Who knows? But we've been here through it since the beginning of the post-David Cameron era. So we look forward to seeing who the new Prime Minister will be. There's tips. It could be the returning Boris Johnson. So we'll see if Boris gets back into power. Again, our politics are more interesting than American politics nowadays. And speaking about America, who is not scheduled this post yet, but hopefully he will do at some point, please welcome along broadcaster / journalist. And he has a catchphrase which he likes to call, but I'm sure he will tell you all about that in a moment. But he has no relation to Mike Goldberg either, by the way. Completely different Goldberg. Please welcome along Charlie Goldberg. Welcome to the show.
Edward, it's great to be here, man. And my catchphrase, I am the on-air extraordinaire. I'm thrilled to be here. It's going to be a great show.
Yes, well, you're the one who pestered me about coming on the show, so thank you very much for pestering me. And you're the reason why we're here on a Friday night, where most people are out partying over here in the UK, or it's early afternoon in the in the US, 2 p.m. Eastern time. What have you been up to?
So right now I'm at college, Syracuse University, best college in the world in my opinion. I'm working at Citrus TV for Unpeeled. I'm doing a lot of things backstage. I'm obviously working with you, doing PWK on commentary, and I'm studying and pursuing my passions. So I'm having a great time doing all that.
Yes, indeed. You say about PWK. We might get into it in a little bit as well. But we got 2 viewers, so if you're watching us live on YouTube, do comment. Now, I usually have a live chat on my screen, but for some reason I don't have that on here, so I don't know if I got this on public or not. So we got a like. We haven't done it. We haven't even talked about anything yet. We only got a like, so thank you very much. I should mention as well that I do have 188 subscribers, so if you can help us to get to 200 subscribers, of course, this is the best kept secret on YouTube. We've had Eric Bischoff, Al Snow on this very show, many other great legends and other great talents along the way, just like your YouTube channel as well, where you had the luxurious to have on David from Wizards of Waverly Place. What a treat that was for you. I bet was it in 2020 or 2021?
Yeah, it was during the COVID era, 2020.
Yes, and did you find that conversation fascinating with with one of the great big names from the Disney Channel at the time?
Well, I mean, no pun intended. He was from Wizards of Waverly Place, but it definitely was a magical opportunity for me. I really was honored. I was really honored to be able to interview David Henry. It was a great interview, and I would appreciate it if you guys are gonna look at any of my work. Look at some more of my recent work, but it's definitely a throwback. I've grown a little bit since then. My voice has gotten a little bit deeper since then. But, all these celebrities and all these people giving broadcasters like me and you, Edward, opportunities to interview them. It's just unreal. It's amazing. And it helps people like us, journalists, grow so much.
Well, yeah, well, you can say that. That's your opinion. My opinion is this show is just basically a whisk. So, I try and push the boat as much as I can and just see who will come on this show. So, like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we had Al Snow. Didn't think he would come on the show. So it was very surprising, and we had it happen. And, of course, we had some great conversations with Al Snow. I think you saw that episode.
Yes, I did. And you know what? My dad always told me, Edward, if you don't ask, you don't get. And I noticed you reached out to Al Snow on Twitter. You said, I want you on the show. And you got him.
Whoa.
So, hey. Look at that.
Well, I wouldn't say I reached out to him on Twitter, but I did reach out to him. It's all platform. Yes, I did. And we made it happen. This is quite interesting for sure because it was a few days after I emailed him actually. I kind of forgot all about it. Then I got a response out of nowhere, and it was a yes. So I was quite lucky to get that. And you don't know who else may come on this show as well. We have some great guests lined up. But let's talk about you. Of course, you've got a lot of people, in your bubble. Of course, Liam Crowley very well, who's been on the show now twice. He's a two-timer on this show, 2020 and 2022. He's doing big things now in the comic world. What are you wanting to do something similar to what Liam Crowley wants to do? And did you listen to his show on this very show of him wanting to do what you're currently doing?
So Liam is personally my mentor from Citrus TV, which is the college TV station at Syracuse that we both work at. And Liam was a senior last year. When I arrived last year, I was a freshman. I'm a sophomore right now. And right off the bat, I noticed he was the guy who loves professional wrestling. And WWE, that's my favorite thing in the world. So we instantly bonded. And from then out, he's been a mentor. He's been a great friend. And he's doing some really great things right now with comicbook.com. And I watch him and I support him. And it's great seeing the path he's on. But also, I might want to do something a little bit different. Yes, I'd love to work with him in the future. That'd be incredible. But my dream is to be a professional wrestling commentator on national television.
Interesting. While you were talking there, we did show the wrong picture. We showed a picture while you were talking. Instead of clicking back to this picture, I clicked on me only. So it was so me for a minute. My apologies. That doesn't usually happen on the show. But no, I agree with you there. It would be really interesting to see you and Liam Crowley on national TV together. Of course, back in 2020, he mentioned about he wanted to be on AEW TV. Are you wanting to go into AEW or any major TV channel?
Listen, I'll take any job I could get. I'll be thrilled with anything. But Liam, once again, he's so talented where I think whether it's AEW, WWE, heck, he could end up being a talk show host on national television. Whatever he wants to do, the world is his. The world is in his hands. He's so talented. And I'm nothing but success in his future, I'm sure.
Fair enough. But what about your future? Now, of course, you want to be, on national TV, you just mentioned a moment ago. How are you going to get yourself onto national TV?
Well, it's easier said than done, Edward. I got to tell you that. But right now, I'm learning a lot at the Citrus TV station, where I'm having a lot of friends and I'm having a lot of people teach me the ways of, presenting myself on air. I've been learning a lot. Every week, Wednesday night, Unpeeled, the Citrus TV entertainment show, I'm reporting on different TV categories. And I have a lot of other projects in the work, which I can't announce yet, but
why not?
It will be on my socials. Wink, wink. It's coming soon. And yeah, no, I'm doing a lot to learn about my passion, to learn about who I am on air. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the future.
Yeah, but I mean, you come on this show, Charlie, and you have to give us some kind of juice. You can't just come on here and say, oh yes, I've got some great projects coming out. But unfortunately, I can't mention nothing about it for a few more weeks. So stick tuned to my social media. You can't do that on this show. You have to give us something in return to make people to tune in to this, because this is the best kept secret.
Oh my goodness, Edward!
Yes.
You want me to reveal my secret on your secret show? Are you kidding me?
Just give us some juice. Just tell us a little teaser of what it could be.
Let's do it. I created a show on Citrus TV. It's going to be based on Syracuse alumni. I can't officially announce it yet, but it will involve me interviewing some famous people alongside other people interviewing famous people, and it's going to be a really great show.
Interesting. Well, I can't wait to check it out. And where can people watch this this show when it gets announced? Is it going to be available on the Citrus TV YouTube channel, or is it going to be elsewhere?
It's on the Citrus TV YouTube channel. There's a Citrus TV app, OTN, Orange Television Network. You can watch everything on that. There's a lot of different platforms it's going to be on. Nice.
Well, I'll be checking out for that when it comes out. I can't see who the celebrity people are on that particular show. Are you wanting to be the next Pat McAfee? Of course, not in the sense of being in the sport, as being a football background, etc., but similar personality to Pat McAfee.
I love Pat McAfee. I think the work that he's done on SmackDown has been just brilliant so far. The energy he's bringing, and he even rejuvenated Michael Cole a lot. But Michael Cole is really my hero. Michael Cole is my inspiration. He actually went to Syracuse too, and we both have the same major. We're both studying the same thing at the same school.
Oh, wow.
He studied back in the day, which is pretty crazy in its own. And I would love to be 1/3 of what Michael Cole is today. He's so incredible.
Yeah, then the next voice of WWE. Here you hear it first, people. So in 25 years from now, he'll be in WWE TV, sounding just like Michael Cole. So check it out for that. But I mean, are you going to try and get in contact with Michael Cole when you finished your university? Because what's the next stage after learning all this great knowledge and experience at Citrus TV? What would be next to get you on that starting line to get you on national TV?
Yeah, so actually right now I'm pursuing internships for the summer, whether that be at AEW, whether that be at WWE. I want to, get my feet wet at these wrestling companies and really start having people learn about who I am, and I would love to meet some people too.
Have you made contact yet? Have you heard any mumblesing yet, or in any of these companies?
Not about me. No, I'm still a college kid, but I'm making contacts. I'm meeting people. And Michael Cole, if you're watching this, which would be crazy if you want
if he was, yeah, it'd be quite crazy. Yes.
Michael Cole, if you're watching this, my alumni show, I want you as a guest. I'm going to be reaching out to you very, very soon.
Oh, there you go. Imagine you get to reach out to Michael Cole, and he actually did come on my show. You have to give me his details after that.
I'll give you the full scoop. It'll be great.
Yeah, because I feel like they're now more open than they were maybe this time last year or this time 6 months ago. So definitely has changed in that perceptive anyway. But let's talk about this, because you went to Israel earlier in the summertime, something completely wild. How was that experience for you, and will you be going back to Israel anytime soon?
Yeah, so this summer I had the incredible opportunity to be a part of the Maccabi Games, which, for those of you who don't know, it's the Jewish Olympics. My last name is Goldberg. I'm very Jewish. The Maccabi Games are the Jewish Olympics, and there's different sports played by athletes all over the world who travel to Israel every 3 years and compete in said sports. I've had incredible mentors like Neil Slotkin, Simon Rosenwatzer, Matt Fine, Daniel Grossman, so many mentors. Mark Zumoff, he's the former commentator of the 76ers. They all spearheaded this program, put it together, brought 13 broadcasters from the United States to Israel to be able to be on play-by-play, to be able to do packages, to be able to really sink their teeth into the broadcasting industry. And I couldn't have been more thankful for the opportunity that I don't know how I got it, but I got it this summer.
Yeah, because how was you picked, by the way? Was it a random computer-generated selection, or were you nominated? Were you shortlisted? How did you get yourself a part of this flight?
Well, it wasn't a random computer generator. I don't think this type of a program would just be flipping a coin.
Well, it could happen.
You never know. You never know.
I'll do it on this show. If I'm a guest host, that's what I would do. Community generated. And be quite entertaining to see who'd be hosting it. But yeah.
So it was a very intense application process. I had to write a couple essays. I had to put together a reel of my on-air stuff. I had to do interviews with the mentors on, a part of the program, and I got chosen.
Lucky devil. And of course, you had a great time. You had a lot of pictures and videos as well. So you enjoyed your experience, and I'm guessing that was your first time going to Israel.
No, it was actually my second time. My little sister, Eden Goldberg, shout out Eden if you're one of the two people watching this right now. Eden was actually bat mitzvah.
It's probably us too.
Probably my mom and dad. But Eden was bat mitzvahed in Israel. So
okay.
I've been to Israel before, but this was my first time being there, not with my family. I was there with friends. I was there with my fellow broadcasters. And it was my first adult trip out of the country.
Yeah, I bet you felt a bit homesick though after a few days or a few weeks or so, didn't you? Or were you okay?
Yeah, it was tough. I had an amazing experience, but it was a long days of every single day was a lot of work. It was a job, and I definitely wished sometimes I could have just snuggled up in my bed with my dog Murray. I did miss home a lot.
Yeah, I agree with you there. But I bet you though, you said you did a lot of work. I bet you didn't get paid for that work. It was more like experience work, though, wasn't it?
Bingo. Got paid in experience, I got paid in context, and I got paid really with experience, as I just said. It was everything I did there I learned.
Yes, I agree with you, and you had a lot of fun anyway for your trip there. You went from like a whole month, I believe, wasn't it? From like July to like August.
Yep.
See, I do know some of my research. Of course, you want to be a broadcaster on TV in wrestling, of course. Just as a commentator, or would you like to do it backstage interviewing as well? Is that an option, or just focusing on doing play-by-play?
Yeah, I'll do it all. Play by play is my passion, but interviewing, play by play, you name it, I'll do it. I could be a manager. I love, I could be a heel or a babyface. I love talking smack to fans.
Do you know? Well, you can't talk smack to fans if you're a good guy, because that'd be not very good. Did you know, Charlie, if you know this, because, I used to be a bad guy on this show. I got so bad on this show that I actually got somebody who actually thought I was a real bad person. And that person had a great argument on this very show back in 2020 when it was really good. And, he kind of blew me off. He won't actually reach out to me anymore, or even return my email. So I've kind of gone not down that route. I've tried to stay in the middle, trying to be on the good side nowadays.
Well, you are a little bit of a heel, Edward. I gotta say, when we're commentating together, you always, you like to poop on New York a lot. You like to poop on our referees. You like to be a very vicious towards everything.
Well, because obviously it's because of you. It's your personality, because you're a New Yorker. You're very loud. You're very obnoxious. This is a part of your personality. It brings it out in me, I guess. I don't know. But again, you can see all those comments on youtube.com/Eric King on youtube.com. But speak about PWK, because you're about to get your head beaten up, because you're starting a public rivalry with Charlie Kruel, and it's going to come badly into you. At one point, she's going to come after you. Are you looking forward to having the opportunity of you and her coming together, and she finally getting her hands on you after all this trash talk you keep giving on every time you do any commentary for her matches? She even banned you from doing a birthday bash. Can you believe that, eh?
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Charlie Kruel, first off, an incredible talent in the ring.
Oh, here we go. He's actually going to give you some props now. I like it. Here we go.
PWK Women's Champ for a reason. She's incredible in the ring. But when I was officially announced as the new play-by-play guy for PWK, everybody was very supportive. But Charlie, she wrote on my Twitter wall in front of all my friends, in front of my family, there's only room for one Charlie here. Why can't there be room for both? Why do you gotten to embarrass me like that, Charlie? It was pretty messed up.
Well, maybe it's because she don't like your work. Maybe I don't know, but I guess you have to speak to her. But I don't think she's going to listen to you. I think she's just going to beat you up, which I think all the fans want to see, including myself.
Well, I don't know why you want to see me get.
Oh, it'd be hilarious. It'd be what's best for business, And I'm with the fans. The fans want to see it. Apparently, I want to see it. So you have to come to Indiana now next year to see it happen. For your apology, are you gonna publicly apologize to her in person?
The only person I apologize to is my mama. I don't apologize to anybody else. So if Charlie Kruel wants to talk things out, we could talk things out. But let's just say, I might need to be a manager of another woman superstar.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping PWK does something. But I mean, would you be open in coming out to PWK in Indiana next year at some point to air your feelings publicly, and then hopefully if you don't get beaten up by Charlie, we'll continue doing the rest of the show?
Yeah, absolutely. First up, Eric King, the owner and the promoter of PWK, thank you so much again for giving me this opportunity. I love working for your company and promotion, and I would absolutely love to go down to, as you once said on air famously, Indiana, and work things out there. And if Charlie wants to talk, I could talk, but Charlie, easy there. Don't hurt the moneymaker.
Well, I think we're past that now. I think after all that trash talking, and she publicly fired you on the air to do a birthday bash. So
She didn't fire me. She did not fire me. I still have a job.
well, I don't know about that, but I'm just saying what she repeated. It's her show. It's her birthday bash coming up in November. I believe it's in the next few weeks, so I'm looking forward to that. But you will be there because you're, not allowed to be there because of all the trash talking you've done to her over the past number of months.
Well, let's just say you never know who's going to show up afterward. You never know.
Yeah, you never know who's going to show up, all right. But speaking about who's showing up, I think it's a nice shift to my announcement. Shall we do that? I think we should do that, okay? And then we'll come back to you for more talk in just a moment, because right now I am publicly calling out this one person who I feel has had an easy ride as of late in both interviews and publicly on OVW, Ohio Valley Wrestling, Freya the Slayer. I'm calling you out to come on this very show next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, the 25th of October. I'm calling you out to go on this show to answer the tough questions from the best kept secret person in the world, that is me, because I get the tough answers. And you've had an easy ride on many interviews, and I want to get to the bottom of why you want to slay a certain referee, Jake Lloyd, and hanging out with Aaron Goober, or however you pronounce his name. What is all that about last night on OVW? I want to get to the bottom of this because we need to get the real answers, what the fans want to know, and they can trust me that I'll get the true answers, guaranteed. I hope you accept my offer to come on my show this Tuesday, October 25th at 2 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube. I look forward to hearing from you soon.
Wow. The challenge has been made.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Did you like that announcement?
That was pretty stellar. That was pretty great.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got to tune in Tuesday now.
Yes, you have to. It's unmissable. It's going to be unmissable, Charlie. And I'm hoping Freya the Slayer will, hopefully do a video response or something. I would love to see what she writes, because that'd be quite hilarious. And I'm posting that straight after this show is finished, Charlie. So you have to stick around on my social media to see if we get a response from her. We will see, won't we? But I mean, I showed you the clips of what Freya can do. Are you a bit intimidated by her? Do you think I should body slam her on Tuesday night? Do you think I should slay her, as she would say?
Well, I don't think you should body slam her. That would be domestic abuse. I don't support that at all. But what I do support is a good old-fashioned, hardcore, straight-to-the-point interview. And you are the best-kept secret on YouTube, Edward. You're absolutely correct with that.
Well, let me rephrase that question, okay? So what I mean is, we want to slay her, okay? Because, I'm on my
verbally.
On my good friend's side, Jake Lloyd, who, as you see from the video I sent you, of him getting chokeslammed, not once, not twice, but 3 times, twice on live TV, once on a live event recently. But he's a good guy, and I don't like the fact that she wants to somehow, obsessing over him for some reason. She should just focus on winning a championship, get back to winning her women's championship, because she did lose it. Then she kept going and flirting with these referees to try and get her to come on their side. Didn't work out for her. Now she's got this big obsession with Jake Lloyd because through her, he got her suspended. Because by going to Al Snow and saying that him and Al Snow are tight, they're not tight at all. Al Snow said it on this very show, they're not tight. So I said, I'm tight with Al Snow. If he's saying he's tight, I'm tight as well. And so are you then, Charlie. You're also tight with Al Snow, even though you've never met the guy yet.
Well, the Slayer, she made her bed.
Yeah.
Now she's got to sleep in it, Edward. And
Yeah.
when I say that, I mean, she lost the women's title,
Yeah.
sure. It's totally okay to think that you got screwed by a referee. Happens in sports all the time. Refs make bad or the wrong decisions. But you can't be putting your hand on a referee. You can't be obsessing over an official. You should be spending that energy on your opponent in the ring. But she can't comprehend that through her mind of hers. And that's why she's a little bit of a psychopath. She's a little bit of a loose cannon.
Yeah,
So
she
I'm
is.
kind of nervous for you come Tuesday
How are
if
you?
she does accept.
Yeah, well, the thing is as well is that she wants to finish people off. Well, I think I should finish her off on Tuesday night. What do you think about that, Charlie?
Well, let me. I hope that nothing physical happens. But I know you're going to ask the hard-hitting questions,
yes.
and I can't wait to tune in. You all should tune in, too.
Yeah, you definitely should tune in because, again, it's going to be unmissable. You don't want to miss it. 2 p.m. Eastern live on YouTube.com on Tuesday night. It's going to be great entertainment for sure. I want to talk to you as well about if Freya the Slayer ever came to, to your show, would you go to her and speak to her and try to get some interesting questions and see if she wants to flirt with you and try to, finish you off and you on all this business? So would you fall for it, or would you think smarter than it and try to flirt with her back and maybe try and get her to fall over her own words?
Well, when you say flirt, do you mean like flirt, or like I would definitely be friends with her, but I would also wear a lot of protective gear. I don't want to get body slammed or power bombed or punched in the nose. I don't want any of that happening with Freya. She's a very intimidating woman, one of the most dangerous competitors in Ohio Valley Wrestling, in my opinion. So I don't know if I would talk to her. I think I would stay in my lane and she should stay in hers.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But you never know. You might have to cross fire with her one day, but we'll see. But I mean by flirt, she likes to flirt. And I think personally, by the way, this is what I think. Okay, now this is a speculation, a little bit of gossip here. I think there's a secret relationship going on between Freya and Jake Lloyd. That's what I think. I think there's a relationship behind the scenes because, Jake Lloyd is very, as I would say, very can get the women, easily. And I think that Freya is in love with him.
Oh,
that's what I think. I'm going to ask that question to her on Tuesday and see what she says. If she accepts to go on the show, obviously.
What a hot take, Edward. And would that be wrong? Because he's a referee.
Yeah.
If your girlfriend's competing in a match,
yeah,
he's probably going to be biased. He might have a 1, 2, 3, a really fast count.
Well, you will think so, wouldn't you? But for some reason, he's been screwing us. So I think that maybe behind the scenes, there's something more to this ring, and I think there's something going on there between them two, more lovers than what we are seeing on TV. That's just my opinion.
Wow. Well, I guess Tuesday.
Yeah.
We gotta find out. You gotta ask.
Yeah, we are going to ask that question. I can't wait to see what she says. Hopefully she shouldn't just end the call on me, so we will see about that. But we have to wait to see. So, on the wrestling side of things as well, because you're into all the latest news and gossip, anything happened this week interesting, Charlie, in the world of pro wrestling, which people should know about?
Yeah, no, I love pro wrestling. I gotta say, first off, props to Triple H. Ever since he's taken over creative of WWE, he's been absolutely killing it. Raw and SmackDown have been must-see. AEW, still great. And I got to say, Bray Wyatt, captivating the entire WWE universe. He's captivating me as well. This character arc he's building is good persona versus bad persona. It's all coming into plans. And now with Vince out of charge and with Hunter in power, the creative side of Bray Wyatt's finally going to be able to be shined. And I cannot wait to see where Bray Wyatt takes this new character next. So he is a mainstay on WWE TV right now for me.
Yeah, well, apparently Bray Wyatt was going to return anyway if Vince was still there. Apparently Vince was in negotiations with Bray Wyatt about his return months ahead, apparently. And I guess since that Vince is no longer in charge, but he will be back, apparently, at WrestleMania for his big farewell. So I'm looking forward to seeing the great Vince McMahon once again for one last time of saying, "You're fired." Yeah, I can do that. So I might pinch that from Vince McMahon and use that for my own good. I can do the that "You're fired."
Yeah, you have a good Vince.
I do, don't I? I've been practicing for many years. How would you rate that, by the way, out of 10? And can you do one?
You're fired. Not as good as yours, but it's all right.
I don't know. I'll give you about a 5 or 6 there.
Thank you. I'll give you about a 7 or 8.
Okay, thank you. I'll take that. But no, I mean, he's apparently going to be coming back at WrestleMania. Would you tune in to see that?
100%. Vince has really created the WWE to what it is today. And a lot of people don't really give him enough credit. He created the Attitude Era. He created stars like The Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock. All those guys were Vince creations, and he's a genius. He's a genius. WrestleMania, Vince's creation. The entire wrestling world would not be the same with Vince, and I think he should be a part of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day he will be, depending what happens, of course. But I mean, he also created, of course, after the Attitude Era, the era where I grew up in. This is the greatest 2000 era ever in the noughties, because the noughties was very good, not compared to nowadays, where it's all too PG, where you have to can't say certain things without offending people. Back 20 years ago, you could say ruthless aggression. Which is the greatest era after the Attitude Era. What do you think about that, by the way? Did you get an impression, by the way, of the ruthless aggression?
Well, ruthless aggression was also a great era in WWE that Vince did really boost up the charge, and it's so looked back on and heralded back on as one of the great eras because of the stars that Vince created in it. Like John Cena, he's the guy who said ruthless aggression. That was his era. You got stars like The Undertaker still shining through the era. HBK was kicking it and killing it. Batista became a mainstay. We had Evolution. Randy Orton turned into a superstar during that era. Yeah. So many superstars really found themselves in this era, and a lot of those superstars are still around today. Randy Orton, as I just mentioned, John Cena still makes his appearances.
And there's one person you did not mention in that group, and that's Brock Lesnar. Yeah, exactly. 20 years, he's still here. He's still here in 20 years. So, but I mean, most of them people you mentioned are actors now, either. So you got, like Batista and James Bond a few years ago. You had John Cena doing Total Wipeout and other movies as well. Even though he's getting a bald spot now because of all that. What's the word I want to use? Like steroids he used probably in the early 2000s, and he's going bald now. He's paying for it now, Charlie. It might have went for it back in 20 years ago, but it's now paying off. Now we can see his bald spot, and he's losing his hair.
Well, I can't see a bald spot, so let's just keep it at that.
Well, you're not been looking for it, then, have you, Charlie?
Nope, I don't want to get attitude adjusted.
Fair enough. Well, does John Cena follow you on Twitter, by the way?
Does John Cena follow me on Twitter?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, good. I'm not my own then, because the way I know,
John Cena follows you on Twitter.
No, he does not follow me. But he follows a friend of mine, and she only has 30 followers. By the way, I have 838. She only has 30, and one of them is John Cena, of all people. I don't know how she managed to do that.
I think I would rather have 30 followers, with one of them being the 16-time world champion, compared to having my 1,000, not including John Cena.
Yeah, well, the thing is as well, is that having John Cena a follower, you could DM him and then be able to speak to him directly. I mean, like, I know what I'd be saying to John Cena. I was saying, you need to come on the Best Kept Secret on YouTube. But
that would be a great get.
What would you say to John Cena if he was following you on Twitter?
What would I say to John Cena? I would say, tag me in, bro. Let's have a tag match. Let's take on some more hits. Let's take on somebody. Let's do it.
Let's see as well, because there was AEW this past week because it did not air on Wednesday due to some sporting event, I'm guessing. I don't know why it didn't air on Wednesday. It aired here on ITV4 last night. Usually airs tonight, but it aired last night due to the schedule change in America. Without giving too much away, because many people might not have watched AEW yet, what was your impression of the show? Did you like what happened on the show? Do you think there were certain things could have been improved on? Because, of course, they were having a great momentum with, over 1 million viewers per week. That kind of dropped, I believe, last week or this week. So, do you think they need to improve?
Tony Khan has been dealt a really bad hand as of late, a really unlucky hand, and I think he's really doing his best with the hand he's been dealt, with the situation between CM Punk originally winning the world title back at Double or Nothing, getting injured, having to vacate it, winning it back, and then having that backstage altercation with the Elite. Tony lost 4 of his biggest superstars in the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and CM Punk, and he's still managing to put on good weekly television.
Well,
So
I would say that's more of Tony's mismanagement. He's not used to managing all these big personalities, their big egos. You know, it's not like soccer players or American football players. You know, this is a wrestling company with real ego maniacs in the Mac, and that's what happens. You know, you try to be friends with all these people, doesn't always work out that way.
Well, I gotta say also though, you know, backstage leaders like Chris Jericho, Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley have really done so great from what I've heard from reports and stuff like that, boosting up the morale of the locker room, and that's what's keeping AEW afloat right now. But Tuesday night.
Yeah,
right,
Tuesday
was a very good show. There was a very scary moment with Hangman Adam Page. If you guys haven't heard about it, Hangman Adam Page got knocked out by Jon Moxley. It was a complete accident, but it did happen for real, breaking kayfabe. And thank God Hangman is okay right now. He's at home, but the match did have to get called off. He did get taken to a local medical center. He did get a concussion. So prayers to Hangman Page, one of the great wrestlers in AEW, a great human being, and it was really unfortunate about what happened to him.
Yeah, most definitely, and hopefully back very soon. But speaking of Chris Jericho, he signed a new 5-year contract, new 3-year contract, to say, to have more creative control, not just about his character, but for other characters on AEW TV. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think that Chris Jericho should be having all this extra responsibility in regards to giving creative input for other characters on TV? You know, it'd be like me, you know, giving Chris Jericho saying, hey, you should drop the thing, you know, that you are the wizard, because there's no such thing as wizards.
Well, I gotta say, props to Chris Jericho, the master of reinvention. And here's my hot take of the night. Charlie's hot take, put up a graphic, do whatever. Chris Jericho is the greatest wrestler of all time. I stand by that. I mean it. I wasn't alive to see him, you know, beat Stone Cold and The Rock at the very same pay-per-view, but I have been alive to see Chris Jericho in action, and he's been killing it. The master of reinvention, from the list of Jericho to the Inner Circle to now the Jericho Appreciation Society. Jericho is keeping himself fresh. He's keeping himself extremely relevant, and he's having a career run right now with this Ring of Honor World Championship, and he's doing great things, destroying the past of Ring of Honor. He beat Dalton Castle on Tuesday. It was a great match. He beat Bryan Danielson in Toronto a week ago. Jericho's absolutely killing it, and right now there's rumors of him even facing Jerry Lynn, for God's sakes, for the Ring of Honor title.
Well, there you go. And I'm just quickly... I want to see what the... because I don't want to say something and then be absolutely completely wrong, because I don't want to do that. I'm just trying to see. Okay, so I don't think I had it. No, I didn't. Okay. So I was going to say something, but just for a double check before saying it, I'm not going to say anything. I would be lying to everybody here on the show. Don't be doing that. But yeah, so of course we've VHS was out in 2001. I don't know where you were in 2001, but
I'm a 2003 baby, Edward.
How are you? You mean you didn't even thought of then in 2001? I was 2. I was 2 years old when Chris Jericho defeated Stone Cold and The Rock on the same night. That's how old I was. 2 years old. Can you believe that? Hey, 2 years old. And what a crazy 2001 that was. That's only 21 years ago. Crikey, making me feel old here. So let's move on from that, because again I don't want to be a figure of how old I am. You mentioned briefly about doing commentary. We want to do more commentary for other promotions in the US, maybe even at locations or over Zoom or whatnot.
Yeah, 100%. It's my passion. I love working on it. And any wrestling company that needs a commentator, I'm your guy.
Have you reached out to anybody near you yet, or are you waiting a bit longer yet to reach out to any near you? 'Cause I know Liam Crowley was interested in doing that as well.
Yeah, well, right now I'm in college, so I'm really busy.
Really
So
busy.
when I
Yeah,
would
sure
do
you
it,
are. Sure you're really busy. Yeah, go on.
yeah, you listen, Edward, when you got 5-page papers on the weekly, you got a lot on your plate. You got a lot on your plate. But I'm looking to go do wrestling commentary for any company that needs a commentator. I love doing it, and I'm looking. Once I find the time, I want to get back on that horse working with you for PWK, doing a lot more shows. Come November, Thanksgiving break, I think me and you are gonna go over a lot, and yeah, I think that we could do some really great stuff here.
Yes, we have to see what happens in that month because there is a bit of a backlog of shows coming out from PWK at the moment. So we'll have to see. But I know there is one other thing I want to know as well is because want to travel the world. I'm guessing 'cause you've been to Israel now twice. So when are you going to come across the pond, as they say, or should I come? Or should I come across the pond to America? What should I do?
Well, I'll come across. I could come across the pond to you. You could come across the pond to me. But maybe we should reconvene and, Edward, say it. Where do we work?
Well, over Zoom, I guess.
Yeah, I was hoping that you were gonna say Indy.
Oh, right, okay. Well,
and we could call some PWK live.
Well, I pinched that somewhere else because that was I pinched that from another show on YouTube. As many people who watch this show might watch that show, but I pinched it from them. I thought it was a great way to say it. It's something like North Carolina.
Yep.
As well, and it doesn't go as well as South Carolina. It's more like North Carolina. Much better way to say it, but anyway. But yeah, they say like in Birmingham. When we say Birmingham over here, you say Birmingham. You gotta get the ham in there to make it a bit more exciting. But yeah, it's interesting for sure. But no, it should be good. I don't know if you see my social media. Earlier this week, I think I posted on Monday on my social media. Did you see my social media? I think you liked the pictures I posted on my social media. Well, pictures slash videos. Did you enjoy them? By the way, I know you liked them.
You went to the football game, right?
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's
great.
right. Yeah, those were completely out the normal. Yeah, I was quite the experience. I'm a bit addicted now. I want to go back for more.
Wow. Well, I hope you do.
Yeah.
It's big down there. I big up.
Well, yeah, 74,000 people could go in there, Charlie. It's a great atmosphere,
Wow.
great night for sure, yeah. I didn't shout much because I just only got my voice back, so I was trying to make sure I didn't lose it again for the second time within 3 weeks. So I thought I better not shout as much, so I didn't, and it was okay. And it actually did more good, actually, than bad. So that's the first, I would say.
Great.
And lastly, my last question to you before you can say whatever you want to say. Who would you suggest to come on this show after you then? Because we've had Liam Crowley, obviously, and through him we've had you on. Well, technically through him. So who should be on after you then?
After me, that's a good question, Edward. You talked about John Cena earlier, but that'd be a great get.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of great people over at Citrus TV. There's this girl named Anastasia Frazier, who is so talented. She's going to be my co-host on a show coming soon.
Yeah, which you can't announce because it's not out yet. Yeah, that's right.
Nope, not yet.
Yeah.
She's a host of Unpeeled, which is the entertainment show I worked on. Her name's Anastasia Frazier. She's so talented. She's awesome. So if you have a chance to interview her, that's a great get.
Yeah, I like how you mentioned a lady because you probably have noticed this year we've not had much women on this show this year. That's not because I dislike women. It's not because of that. It's just because no women will want to come on this show this year for some reason. I've reached out to many women this year. Some have responded, some have not responded. So it's like, oh, come on, the best guest secret. Let's grow the channel. So I like your suggestion. I like it so much. Also, as well to mention as well, your good friend. Well, I say your good friend. You might barely know him. Carson Fowler, who shares the same last name as myself, which I will be copywriting. He saw that our post we shared yesterday. How do you think he fits into your level?
Yeah, well, Carson Fowler is new to the Unpeeled team over at Citrus TV, and I know that was a recommendation I gave for you for the interview. He's a very talented individual, and he's a cool guy. So if you could get him, that'd also be a great guy.
Well, you have the time. You have the time that I've DM'd him, so it's all on him basically. So I DM'd him about whenever I reached out to you about him. Maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago. Was it that long ago?
Time flies.
Yeah, it does time fly, doesn't it? So yeah, you have time. You have time that you need to check his DMs a bit better. If he wants to be a so-called reporter, it's all about checking his DMs and checking his requests in his DMs that he doesn't miss nothing. So you need to tell him to get his head in the gear and make some new connections. What do you think?
I'll put in the word.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. And now, is there anything I've not mentioned, or I should have mentioned, or you think is very important to get off your chest, which you think it's crucial to get your plugs across? Because we have been showing, of course, your social media on the screen. I think maybe once or twice in this. So you can find my guest on Twitter at CJ Goldberg, is it? Or CK Goldberg?
CJG Goldberg.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. And of course on Instagram, Charlie Goldberg Live. He does have another Instagram, but I couldn't fit it on here. So what's the other Instagram?
So I got 2 Instagrams. My main one, at the Charlie Goldberg. Then there's at Charlie Goldberg Live. It's down there, right there. I'm looking at it right now with that great graphic. You could see all of my work on YouTube, Charlie Goldberg Live. That's Charlie Goldberg Live on YouTube, and Maccabi Media on YouTube. Here's the logo right there to see everything I've done over the summer with my very talented team that I'm so thankful for. And tune in to Citrus TV Unpeeled Wednesday nights. It's sure to be great. Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. That's Unpeeled on Citrus TV.
Yeah, so there's the plugs for your Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. UK time. So maybe a bit late for us, but if you're up around that time, then you should check it out. I've been awake since 1. I think it's like 1:47 this morning. I've been awake, so I've done over 12 hours already. So yeah,
Wow.
I've had about an hour's sleep after that. I did go back to sleep for maybe about half an hour. So
You need a nap.
yeah, I've been awake for a long time. I've been awake since yesterday for you guys. So there you go. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, sorry, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I think it was at 3 o'clock in the morning our time. So at 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening for you. Yeah. So I've been awake since yesterday your time. That's very weird to say, but yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah. See, I'm very good, aren't I? I'm very good. Could you tell I've been up for a long time, Charlie?
No, you're energizable.
Yeah.
You got that energy.
Yeah.
I would have no idea.
Yeah, there you go. See, there we go. I like it. But yeah, so thank you so much for the suggestions, by the way. We will try our best, again, to reach out to those suggestions. You have to send me the other person you mentioned to on the show a moment ago, because now she's been called out. So I guess she has no jurisdiction now to try and say, I can't come on the show. Well, you have to now because you've been called out. So, you have to blame Charlie Goldberg. I guess as well, Charlie, she might give you a wedgie because she called you out. Because you called her out to say.
I hope not.
Well, if you're on P or TV with her, it's entertainment. You put the E in it.
That is true, but I hope my underwear doesn't tear through my body. That wouldn't be great.
Or even Charlie Kruel might give you a wedgie, or even maybe pull your shirt off. I don't know.
We don't say that name on here anymore. Done.
Okay, well, from that, then let's talk about this, because coming up on this show, we have got 188 subscribers. We've got, we would love to get to 200, maybe even more than that. So if you are around here and new and want to see more great content from, again, the best kept secret on YouTube with 188 subscribers only on youtube.com/Edwin Fowler. Here's the URL, so make sure you dial it down, because then you know where we can find us. Then make sure to like the video, share it around, tell more about Charlie Goldberg, tell more about how a brilliant broadcaster /journalist play-by-play / commentator / host / interviewer himself. Tell me more about them. Tell me more about the great guests he's had on. Check out his YouTube channel. Check out his Instagrams. Check out his Twitter account. Make sure to follow more on there. Share them around to your friends. Spread the word. Help him to get to 1,000 followers before he can get verified on Twitter or Instagram like his good friend Liam Crowley has already done. And if you want to leave a comment as well of what you thought of my episode with Charlie Goldberg, did you think I was interrupting him a bit too much? Do you think we talked about one topic a bit too far? Do you think he should come back on the show again? Any future questions you may have for Charlie Goldberg as well, leave in the comment section below. And as well, subscribe to the channel. With 188 subscribers, why not? Check it out because you don't know who will come on the show next. And until the next episode drops, enjoy the rest of your Friday night.